Shalom. Shalom and welcome. This is Yasharal's Court, an end-time series addressed to those who seek to do the will of the Almighty Father. It is a message to those who have come to accept that there is an Almighty Creator, an Almighty Father, Yahuwah, who is the beginning and the end. It is a message addressed to those who seek to do His will, and in doing so have come to discover that no one can come unto the Father except by Yahushua Messiah, our Mashiach. It is to you whom I consider my brothers, my sisters, my family. Yasharal's Court is to heighten one's awareness that there will be set apart justice. We will witness the structuring of a nation, Yasharal, consisting of both true Hebrews from the 12 tribes of Yasharal, whose forefather was once named Yaakov, or Jacob, whose name was changed to Yasharal, some say Israel. The true 12 tribes will emerge, and there will be a multitude of many nations, kindreds, tongues, and tribes who seek to do the will of the Father, made one in Yahushua Messiah, all under the banner of Yasharal. This series of messages is intended for you to begin thinking about what should be occurring now and going forward, how you will worship and obey, how you will seek to grow in maturity in a relationship with the living spirit of Yahushua Messiah. It is to bring one's attention that decisions are on trial, whether we want to use the words on trial or be held accountable where people are examining them. Our decisions are on trial. You will judge. Yes, believe it or not, you judge now in each moment of your waking hours. You, me, we all do. Whether we look at the word judge or we say the word render a verdict or make a decision, these all define the same function. My brothers and sisters, if you're tuning in for the first time, my name is Symmanayah. Today is September 6, 2014, and this is part 1 of the 13th installment, the 13th segment to the series of Yasharal's Court. It is also considered the 13th priority. There are specific priorities that I believe could aid and contribute to one's strength as end times become intense and contribute towards making the right decision. Let us train our minds and bodies. Let us train our eyes and ears as the Spirit of Yahushua so guides us that we are able to understand when we're faced with specific priorities how to respond. This segment is entitled Final Destination Expectations. Final Destination Expectation. With that said, this is part 1. I will continue the series of Yasharal's Court using a question and answer format. My brothers and sisters, today, being September 6, 2014, we continue to build a case for setting priorities for Yasharal's Court. Yes, my brothers and sisters, as end times come, we will face forced migration, forced movement. Those who are stubborn, those who are sensitive, and are able to discern, understand what the Spirit of Yahushua is saying, will move as so guided. Those who are stiff-necked and stubborn, who have been chosen to participate in the final exodus, will face forced migration. Those who are unbelievers, believe it or not, they too will face forced migrations as resources begin to dictate the movement of mankind on this planet, or man on this planet. With that said, it is recommended to fully benefit, in order to fully benefit from this series, that you consider examining each message in sequential order, beginning with the introduction. But pray, my brothers and sisters, and move as you see fit. Ask yourself, if this recommendation has been influenced by the Spirit of Yahushua, and you reject it, what would be the result of such? If not, there's nothing to be concerned with. We receive information, instructions, knowledge, and warnings, not as a game, my brothers and sisters. Each has a purpose. Let us pray that we're able to first discern whether it is of the Spirit of Yahushua, and then what is this purpose, and respond accordingly. With that said, the question for this segment starting out is, why have you presented this 13th segment entitled Final Destination Expectations as one of the end time priorities? And my response would be, allow me to share the following. Proverbs 29:18. It said, where there is no vision, the people are let loose, but blessed is he who guards the Torah. Another translation says, where there is no vision, the people perish, but he that keepeth the law, happy is he. I want to also remind you, we are to be aware of the signs of the times. We are to be alert and mindful of what the living Spirit of Yahushua is saying at all times. If we study the scriptures and seek the life in them, we will come to realize the importance of trust, belief, and patience. Trusting in the Almighty Father, believing in the Almighty Father, having patience that he will respond. We have witnessed in scriptures how out of one being impatient, as a result of taking matters into their own hands, it ended with that individual's death. Who can say, who knows the story of Uzzah, who reached his hand out when the Ark of the Covenant was smitten by the Almighty Father, and as a result, he lost his life. Scriptures tell us also, Psalms 37:34 says, wait on Yahuwah, guard his way, and he shall exalt you to inherit the earth. When the wrongdoers are cut off, you shall see. Habakkuk 2:1-3 says, stand at my watch and station myself on the watchtower and wait to see what he says to me and what to answer when I am reproved. And Yahuwah answered me and said, write the vision and inscribe it on tablets so that he who reads it runs. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, and it speaks of the end, and it does not lie. If it lingers, wait for it shall certainly come, it shall not delay. Habakkuk 11:1-3 reads, and belief is the substance of what Hebrews 11:1-3. Hebrews 11:1-3 reads, and belief is the substance of what is expected, the proof of what is not seen. For by this the elders obtain witness. By belief we understand that the ages were prepared by the word of Elohim, so that what is seen was not made of what is visible. Take a moment to reflect on these scriptures. There must be a vision, my brothers and sisters. We're told to wait on the Most High. Let us know the importance of belief and how it breeds and fuels expectations. Pray on these matters, my brothers. If you have to, rewind and listen to them again, if you believe you are guided. Now also consider these words, for we are in end times. These are the last days. So consider these words as they relate to a final gathering, a final exodus, for those who can receive it. Isaiah 11:12, he shall raise a banner for the nations and gather the outcasts of Yasharal and assemble the dispersed of Yehudah from the four corners of the earth. Is that expectation awaiting us? Isaiah 43:5-7 says, do not fear, for I am with you. I shall bring your seeds from the east and gather you from the west. I shall say to the north, give them up, and to the south, do not keep them back. Bring my sons from afar and my daughters from the ends of the earth. All those who are called by my name, who I have created, formed, even made for my esteem. Jeremiah 23:3-4 says, therefore I shall gather the remnant of my flock out of the lands where I have driven them, and shall bring them back to their fold. And they shall bear and increase, and I shall raise up shepherds over them, and they shall feed them, and they shall fear no more, nor be discouraged, nor shall they be lacking. Ezekiel 11:16-17 reads, therefore say, thus saith the Master Yahuwah, although I have sent them far off among the Gentiles, and although I have scattered them among the lands, yet I was for them a set apart place, for a little while in the lands to which they came. Therefore thus said the Master Yahuwah, I shall gather you from the peoples, and I shall assemble you from the lands where you have been scattered, and I shall give you the land of Yasharal. My brothers, I have mentioned before, and I am not taking on a position to argue or debate anyone regarding the possibility of a final exodus. If you are one who believes these prophecies have been fulfilled, I strongly encourage you to ask yourself, do you think the Most High Father during man's final days, during these end times, will allow us to just be scattered and fragmented before the return of Yahushua Messiah? That he would just leave his children just scattered across the face of the earth during the great tribulation, of which scriptures say that the children of obedience are not subject to the wrath of Elohim, not appointed to the wrath of Elohim. If you believe the prophecies which I've read have been fulfilled, could we not witness something very similar to this occur again in our final days? I personally, along with many others, believe that there will be a gathering from the four corners of the earth. I'm compelled to believe there will be a final exodus in Yasharal, consisting of the true 12 tribes, Hebrew tribes, or Arbari or Ibri tribes, 12,000 each. From each of the 12 tribes will emerge, and we will see a great multitude, representative of many nations, kindred, and tongues, all who seek to do the will of the Almighty Father, grafted together as one in Yahushua Messiah, under the banner of Yasharal. I am compelled to believe that gathering will take place, and we will see that final exodus as the great tribulation unfolds. I'll pause right here, my brothers and sisters, and say stay tuned for part 2 as we continue on with this segment entitled Final Destination Expectations. Do you have expectations? Or do you, or will you just sit back and just wait and watch, with no regards to the voice of the living Spirit of Yahushua directing, preparing, refining? Are you one who have become slothful? Do you believe we have entered into end times? Stay tuned, my brothers and sisters, as we continue with part 2, Final Destination Expectations. Shalom, shalom, shalom.